See, it's time for your suffering.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the bloodiest, most emotional, or just plain gruesome deaths that television has ever seen.
I know how badly you want to see me dead, but I'm willing to bet that I know a man whom you hate even more.
Obviously, spoilers ahead. Number 10, Anatoly Ranskahov, Daredevil.
Who are you, Wilson?
Tonight, I'm just a man.
A word of advice, never get on Kingpin's bad side. If you do, he'll be sure to show you the door. The car door, that is.
Sir, I need to speak with you.
What is this?
See, when Anatoly accidentally embarrassed Fisk in front of a woman, the temperamental villain pays him an up-close and personal visit. We'll leave it at this. Kingpin's methods are not for the faint of heart, and that's before he uses a car door as a modern-day guillotine. By the time all is said and done, Anatoly is a few pounds lighter, and the Russian mafia is no more. Now, just imagine how bad it would have been if Anatoly had actually done anything wrong.
Tell Mr. Potter, I'll need a new suit.
Number 9, Dr. Robert Rocket Romano, ER. This guy has really bad luck around helicopters. A malfunctioning rotor claimed Romano's arm in season 9, and 6 years later, it came back to take the rest of him. This time by spinning off the helipad and plummeting onto him like a fiery comet. Even for a doctor as uniquely detestable as Robert Romano, death via a falling aircraft feels way over the top. Then again, this is the same episode he tried to fire 2 of his fellow doctors.
Keep it up, Brent.
What? Another letter in my file?
No, you and I are meeting with Weaver and Anspaugh at the end of your shift.
On Thanksgiving?
That's right.
It's only fitting that, in an ironic twist of fate, Romano's the one who ends up on the cutting room floor. Somewhat literally. Number 8, Ragnar Lothbrok, Vikings. Heads up, if you're scared of snakes, this is not the scene for you. Apparently, it's not enough for Ragnar to be tortured, interrogated, and separated from his kids. King Ayla also drops him in a pit of hungry, slithering reptiles.
Deliver me, O Lord, from mine enemies!
Just the sight of it alone is enough to make anyone squirm. The only silver lining is that Ragnar dies without so much as a whimper for mercy. Instead, he remains honorable and unbroken until the very end. It's a small victory and a farewell that, quite frankly, is gruesome to the point of excess. Although, to be fair, they don't call it a warrior's death for nothing. Number 7, Blue Hawk, The Boys.
Jesus Christ, not right now. There's a psycho back there.
There's no better way to blow off steam than with a good workout. So when A-Train discovers Blue Hawk is responsible for his brother's paralysis, he drags his new friend along for a quick jog. Emphasis on the word drag. Let's just say that, despite his name, the trail Blue Hawk leaves behind is more red than anything else. That is, if you can even recognize him at all. Once A-Train's done with him, there's barely a body left to identify, only a smoldering pile of remains. The term hero is used pretty loosely in The Boys, but this kind of graphic murder is straight up villainy, no question about it. Number 6, Warren Mears, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'll talk.
What are you doing?
She may be the Slayer, but Buffy is the least of Warren's problems. He killed Tara, and as such, he has the heartbroken Willow to worry about. The very same Willow who just flirted with some dangerous dark magic. Boy, does she know how to use it too.
Want to know what a bullet feels like, Warren? A real one?
It's not like in the comics.
In a stomach-churning execution, Willow tortures Warren with a slow-moving bullet before flaying him from head to toe. And then she sets him on fire too, just for good measure. Warren definitely had it coming, but this is still several steps too far for someone who's supposed to be one of the good guys.
Please stop, God. Please.
I'm
ready.
It's no wonder Willow was never the same. Number 5. Dawn Treger, Sons of Anarchy. In a series where everyone's colored in shades of gray, Dawn's only real crime was being born to the wrong man. But in these parts, that's punishable by death, and a nasty one at that.
I need my daddy.
Tig Traeger's daughter is kidnapped, thrown in a hatch, and doused in gasoline. Then all it takes is the flick from a cigar, and just like that, Dawn Treger is no more.
Please, not her. Kill me, please. I beg you. Please, kill me, please. Please.
Know my pain, Mr. Traeger.
Although it's hard to say which is worse, Dawn's cruel and unusual fate, or the fact that Tig has to watch it all go down. Either way, this is one fiery end that the Traeger family will never forget.
You should keep this vivid memory to yourself. I'd hate to see the same thing happen to your other daughter.
Number 4. Glenn Rhee and Abraham Ford, The Walking Dead.
You can breathe. You can blink. You can cry.
Following up on the previous season's viral cliffhanger, everyone came into this episode knowing someone wasn't making it to the credits. But few could have imagined just how bloody it would get. Surprisingly, there isn't anything fancy at play.
I need you to know me. So, back to it.
It's just Negan, his bats, Glenn, and Abraham's faces, and a whole lot of convincing practical effects. However, it's executed with so much animosity that it sparked a bona fide media storm about the growing use of violence in television. If that doesn't prove how rough Glenn and Abraham had it, we don't know what will.
I'm just getting started.
Compared to what they went through, being devoured by walkers would have been a mercy.
Was the joke that bad?
Number 3. Gus Spring, Breaking Bad. Ding ding, Gus Spring's Just Desserts are ready, and this is a dish best served dramatically.
I am offering you an opportunity for revenge.
Spring's arch-rival, Hector Salamanca, gets the honors by activating a jerry-rigged bomb in his wheelchair. To say he went out with a blaze of glory would be an understatement. For what it's worth, Gus makes it out of the room and even has the wherewithal to straighten his tie. But that's as far as he goes. With a final look at the camera, one of the television's most menacing villains finally meets his maker. It was a true face-off in more ways than one, but Walter White sums it up best himself.
What happened?
I won.
Number 2. Oberin Martell, Game of Thrones. There are more brutal deaths in Game of Thrones than names on Arya Stark's list.
A crown for a king.
But Oberin Martell tops them all. The Viper's trial by combat isn't much of a trial, and before too long, Gregor Clegane drops his sword and defaults to a good old-fashioned fisticuffs execution instead. Oberyn loses his teeth, his eyes, and his honor in one fell swoop, although he doesn't have much time to mourn them before he's gone too. We'd say it's gratuitous, but this is Game of Thrones we're talking about. It's not exactly known for being warm and cuddly. If Queen Emma's botched childbirth is any indication, House of the Dragon won't be any different. Still, Oberyn's butchering is grotesque even by Westeros standards, and that's saying something. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Chrissy Cunningham, Stranger Things. Clearly, Vecna doesn't know the meaning of the word subtlety, or clemency, or really anything to do with quick and painless ends. Instead, he snatches poor Chrissy in his claws and treats her to a cross-dimensional slaughter that needs to be seen to be believed.
Don't cry, Chrissy.
He doesn't let go until she's a mangled doll of a person, head, shoulders, knees, and toes included. Take our word for it, the imagery is something straight out of a horror movie. Stranger things have happened, just not on Stranger Things, or any other television series for that matter. Yeah, we're with Eddie on this one. We don't like it one bit. Did we miss any unforgettable TV deaths? Let us know in the comments below.
Have they told you who I am?
Some dead man.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.